Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Father to son. That's the story of Southeast Termite and Pest Control. 50 years ago, the Haynes family launched their company, and the Haynes family still runs it today. In fact, they are the biggest local pest control company that's still locally owned. I use them. You should too. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, southeasttermite.com. They are good people. I promise you that. That's all we put on this show. We're not going to put bad people on this show. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, you'll like dealing with them, I promise you. All right, quick segment just to let our VFLs make any final points they want to throw out here. They could disagree with something that was said earlier. They can make a new point wherever they want to go. Daniel, I'll let you start because you never like anything I say. Go ahead.
When Jalen Hyatt stepped out of bounds there and we ran a hurlip quick play, I did actually love that I did because Kentucky's defense was thinking just what everybody on this set thinks. The Kentucky, and that's the defense coordinators, players, and everything. You had a chance right there. If you go back and watch it, you actually had a few guys open for a big play coming right out of it to make that up. Could have called him. I don't know how to say that on air nicely, but you could have called him and got a big play there just on a quick little gimmick.
Could have. Instead, you fumbled and gave it back to Kentucky. So I'm right. Okay.
You are.
Let's see. No, just kidding. Will, you had an interesting point.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing is everybody talked about Byron Young being fast off the edge. And let me tell you, his first step is very quick. The problem is right now his reaction to when the ball is snapped. He's almost every single time the fourth guy to move on your defensive line. And so basically he's catching up with his first step. They've got to figure out a way to teach him better how to get off the ball, how to look at it and react. He's just too slow in that reaction to the ball moving.
He hasn't played a ton of football. Could that be the reason?
It's something maybe somebody's got in his head and he's worried about jumping off sides more than getting upfield and getting off the ball. So they got to work with him on it.
Okay. Sterling, you got a problem with something we were saying earlier.
It's not a problem. It's just a different viewpoint.
It's what everybody was saying.
Everybody
in the show. Go ahead.
You know how different I am. My thing is, it was some say about the time of possession and the time the defense was on the field. But this is how I see it. The offense was on the field for that little bit of time, but that gave their defense less time to react to our offense. And we put points on the board. And let's take it this way. All those plays on the field, when they got down to that last play, our defensive coordinator called the blitz from the safety, which actually took the quarterback's vision away from a crossing route that was coming wide open, and we got a ball turnover on down to end the game. I'm just saying, we won.
Hey, I'd have still been doing this right here.
You'd have been doing that, but you'd have been doing this at the end of the game, too. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That's a segment we call the spin cycle.
Wiki.
Marlon.
Man, my biggest thing is don't leave money on the field. We dropped 2 interceptions. Burrell had a great one that hit him right in his hands. Yeah. And Levy put it right on him where he was still in transition moving. We might have been going back the other way with 6. The way we call it as a defensive lineman, don't leave money on the field as far as missing sacks. Same thing, turnover-wise. Catch the ball. Let's go the other way with it.
That's when your defense, you're behind the 8 ball a little bit with this defense. The system plus your talent and the guys that left and everything, you got to take advantage of the turnovers when they're there. Yeah. And we talked about Kentucky isn't built to throw like that. Mm-hmm. If you pick off 2 of those that hit you in the hands, that's a totally different game last night. It's not even close.
5 seconds. How about the juke by Small? It just seems every game this year he's added one little move. The little juke for that 38-yard touchdown was beautiful.
Got some wiggles.
Got some ankles.
Very quickly, guys, I'll ask you one last question. There is talk about going to pod scheduling when Texas and Oklahoma come into the SEC, and a lot of people think that the Tennessee-Kentucky rivalry, the oldest for both those schools, that's their oldest rival, that one would go away, should go away. Do you guys agree? If you're going to dump rivalries, you had to choose Tennessee-Alabama or Tennessee-Kentucky or Tennessee-Vanderbilt. I would dump Tennessee-Vandy and keep Tennessee-Kentucky.
Absolutely.
You got to keep
Absolutely.
I know. I say keep Tennessee Vanderbilt. You got to win the state championship, baby.
Okay.
You got to win the state championship.
Which one would you dump?
I would dump Vandy.
Dump Vandy.
Dump Vandy, keep Kentucky.
That's decision to dump Vandy.
Am I different again?
Basketball related.
It's cold up there, though.
Very good. All right. Georgia has not allowed 14 points all year. Does that change next week, Neyland Stadium? We'll discuss. Come on back.